Today is the day. We're putting the over fenders on, like the body kit. We're widening it. Widening.
Magical moment.
Magical moment. So, I knew I was always gonna wide body this car, so I started looking at different wide body kits. For the longest time, I wanted the Tuck-in 99 kit. It's a Japanese kit. It's just really big over fenders, really dramatic lines, but they also kind of adhere to the stock Miata lines, which I like.
Looks like a hood.
I'm just gonna start cutting things.
Yeah, sure.
I can see the fender right there. I don't want to cut it. Oh my god. This is it. Holy sh**. These are big.
Holy cow. That fits that car?
Holy.
Oh my god.
It's gonna need
Oh
to
my
be
god.
stretched out a little. Yeah, that's about that.
Holy where are you gonna be wide?
These are just huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hold this one up. You want to grab the back?
Yeah.
How's that look, Andy? You got the best on.
Looks great. It looks good, man.
This is crazy. Let's see.
Put a piece like.
Oh. That's some width. Damn.
Yeah, we have to not certain one.
Yeah, because the way it lays on top of the bumper too.
Right, so if you ever want to take off your bumper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the update now is that we laid the tape.
Positive finish check because I'm.
And we created our outside line here of our over fender. So we knew where the over fender was gonna sit. And then Sam walked us through cutting our cut line, and we went 2.5 inches below our fender line for our cut line so that we'll have this much room to lose off the car so the tire can travel that much more space. So this will be gone.
The stripe job honestly is sick. What you doing? What'd you do?
Right now, Sam's measuring 2.5 inches below our fender line for our cut line.
Good. I'm just looking at it.
So now we're gonna get the Dremel tool out, start cutting. Everybody ready?
I'm ready.
So this is day 2 of cutting. We got through a good amount on this side yesterday, except for the edges. So today we're gonna do the edges and hopefully finish the other side. Possibly start hammering up the edges to get welded down. We'll see how far we get. Let's get it. So right now we've realized that the back of the Miata has this outer layer of metal and then an inner layer of metal. So our game plan is to kind of bend out the outer layer, cut it right at the crease of the inner layer, fold the inner layer up to this and weld it on. Did that make sense?
Metal! Metal, metal, metal!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we got the outside layer of the body off. We're gonna use this inner fender and we're gonna cut little slits, hammer it up, weld it up here.
So obviously.
So now we've cut the whole outside quarter panel off, and then we got to the inner fender. So we got rid of all these spot welds that were on the edges of all these. Then we folded them up. They're very sharp right now. That's huge. That's a huge wheel well. Look out, neighbors. Sam's hammering. Sam a hammering.
Put the right body on.
So all of our tabs are up. So now we gotta clean up the metal. We gotta clean up the metal and weld this on.
Later.
Okay guys, what is up? It is day 2. And so today we're gonna take this Sharpie and all these tabs, we're gonna mark and then cut and then weld. So basically right now they're super long because we bent up the old wheel well.
Flashback. End of flashback.
So we're gonna get rid of all that extra metal and then create really tight welds right along the wheel well. So we'll mark them first, cut them second, weld them third. Here we go.
Basically, what it is we hire time. You know, Corvette's transmission in the back.
Almost done. At this point, we got the paint to dry and I got all the tape off, so I'm gonna take the Dremel and I'm just gonna grind down the edge so that once we push these flaps up to weld them, there's fresh, clean metal right there to weld to. So that's the game plan.
Perfect.
All right, side number 2. Let's go. So once all those little tabs were hammered up to the top, I brought out the welder. You don't have to bring out a welder. We just have the welder now because we did the whole bash bar and we built that skillet. A lot of people can just use silicone and lay it down and it's fine. So I tacked up both sides. Then I sprayed some rust preventative Rust-Oleum stuff on there so that all that fresh metal wasn't gonna rust over time. And I left it for a day. And I only planned to leave it for a day, but it ended up raining for like 4 days here in LA, and we never have rain. So once all the rain stopped, I took a seam sealer that I got at AutoZone, and I seam sealed the entire new wheel wells. Because now there's a bunch of holes across our new wheel well, and if you don't put the seam sealer in, you're just inviting rocks and dirt and water, and if you live somewhere cold, salt, to kick up all into your quarter panel, and that will literally ruin your car. Once the seam sealer was on, it's technically drivable because our back wheels had enough travel, they wouldn't rub anymore. And then we took her for a drive.
Yo, Ben made it. That bash bar though, look how custom that bitch is.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, so today is a new day. We put the seam sealer on yesterday morning. It looks horrible because it's gray seam sealer. So we're gonna paint it with the same black Rust-Oleum paint that we've used inside this wheel well several times. I think Sam and Andy are coming over tomorrow, and we're gonna put the over fender on. So we just wanna get this painted today because it looks terrible in gray. Okay. Yeah. See you tomorrow. All right, everybody, so yesterday Andy and I painted the seam sealer black. You saw that? Andy's here today doing some coilover work. Sam's here today. Today we were gonna mount the over fenders. So we got all our tools. We got some 1/4-20 rivet nuts, 1/4-20 socket head bolts. We got this rivet nutsert kit, but we're gonna be setting these nutserts in each of our mounting points for the over fender so that we can take the over fender on and off in the future. So we tested one for those of you who have never used the nutsert kit, because I have not used one before. Sam gave us a demo with one here. So basically the nutsert's gonna go through our first sheet of metal.
Metal
On the Miata, like it did this cardboard. And then you can see if there's this little mushroom of the nutsert like smushing itself down so it pinches onto the back of that metal. And so we're gonna have these all across the over fender. Beautiful ass bolts on top of them, holding the over fenders on. And obviously we're only doing the back ones right now because we don't have front fenders right now, so. Basically what we've done here is we all held the over fender onto the car, like flush as we could get it to where we want it to be. We taped all these tape points onto the over fender so that it would stay like touched up on the car in the points that we want it to. And again, it's not perfect. This is just to hold it in place. Sam will push down the over fender in the places I need to drill. Then we'll go to the next spot, and so the tape is just securing it to the car while we do that. Now that we've got the over fender on the car, we have to drill a small hole through the over fender and into the sheet metal of the quarter panel. So we have a small bit for that. Then we have a 5/16 bit that is going to go through that smaller guide hole. That pinch that we showed you earlier will happen right on the back of that quarter panel, and we'll be ready to put these over fenders on. Okay, we drilled with our small bit through this point, and then we also drilled with the 5/16, and we noticed that it kind of ate up the over fender a little more than we wanted to. So once we get the over fender off, we'll drill out specific holes in the over fender for our bolts so that it just has a cleaner finish and it doesn't look all chunky around our bolt. And underneath, once we take the over fender off, we'll use the 5/16 to drill in on each of our pilot holes and then set our rivets in. So let's do it. There's holes in the Miata.
Okay, I'm recording.
I'm putting a little bit of rust preventative spray in these holes in case, because there were a few that we had to go through 2 layers of metal. So I just want to make sure that those back layers are okay. Right now we have a 1/4 inch bit so that we can drill these holes and they don't become all meaty and chunky like this one, because that is the exact same size as the bolts that we have that are going to go through the over fender, and so it'll look nice and clean whether this is on or off the car. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna put the nutserts in.
Yeah, let's get nutserts in.
Screw this down and on. And oh, open up the legs before you screw it in the middle. And then...
Okay. Is it all the way screwed up on there?
It's all the way up.
Okay.
I'm like finger tight.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it in the hole.
So wait.
And you said press down?
Yeah, press down and then squeeze. And then before you pull it out, now you gotta spin the back of it so it comes, you gotta spin the back thing. Yep.
So unscrew from it.
Yep, unscrew from that.
Damn.
Look how easy that is.
Andy, look at that. Squeeze the legs.
Squeeze.
We're pushing.
Squeeze.
Squeeze it. Okay, push in. Ugh.
If it's thicker, it's harder.
That's what she said.
Do it. Put it on there.
Okay, damn. Try this one.
That one's done,
Oh yeah, that's an easy. Oh, that's it. What in the hell? This is it?
That looks amazing. Right now, that looks amazing. We gotta paint it.
You wanna do the last one? See if we can get the other one in, or you wanna not?
I'm just gonna look at it for a second. Bro, it took so long to do this. It took so long to do this. It took like 6 extra months because of what happened with the front. Wow.
Wow.
I want to see it on the ground, you know? We gotta get the other one done.
Yeah, we gotta get the other one done.
3 hours later.
And we got the one on the driver's side done. There's a few nutserts that are being a little weird, so we'll figure that out later. Basically, the over fenders are on. Now we're just gonna put it down. Here we go. How does it look?
They look great.
Oh, damn. We got some fitment work
I
to
mean,
do.
you need to go lower, but...
Yeah, we got some fitment work to do, but...
Dude, it's so meaty.
It's so meaty now, bro.
It's crazy.
Like, now it's just... hips. It's all hips.
Hips for days.
Lot of hips. Big hips.
Big
Huge
hips.
It honestly looks like I could get a bigger wheel.
You could get like a way bigger wheel.
Damn. Well, that's crazy. And that's it. That's how you wide body Miata. After doing the bash bar in the front, everything does not seem that bad. So, there you go, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Support the boys. See you on the next one.
It looks dope.